everyone, so I'm Shelby from fitasmamabear.com, and today I just wanted to touch a little bit on reducing your sugar intake. So this is one of the most common questions I get as a trainer and a nutrition coach, is how to cut down on sugar in day-to-day things. So first and foremost, stop eating crap. I know that no one wants to hear this answer, and I know you know that chips and store-bought donuts and muffins and all of that jazz are just crap food. So reduce those and you'll drastically decrease your sugar intake. Now, moving forward, there are a lot of things you can do day to day to take your sugar intake down. Keep in mind when I'm talking about sugar, I'm talking about added sugars and processed sugars, not the sugars that you're going to get from root vegetables or fruits or those types of healthy foods. So the first thing that I always tell my clients is to look at their drinks. We really don't need fruit juices or pop or mocha, latte, frappuccino type things from Starbucks. All of those contain a lot of added sugars, and just cutting those out can make a really, really big difference in your overall diet. So this tends to be pretty difficult for people because they don't know what to drink and they get sick of water. Personally, I do a lot of flavored waters. In the summer, we throw mint or lemon or berries into our water, make a big jug and have that to sip on. We also do loose leaf tea, we do coconut water, smoothies, kombucha, dandy blend, green tea. All of those we make, and there's no sugars in them. So if you are a pop drinker, and even diet pop counts here, cutting that out of your diet makes a really, really big difference. So focus on switching your hydration choice towards more natural alternatives. Okay, now keep in mind that our body is mostly water. You need water. Ideally, the majority of your fluid intake would come from directly water, but again, it's pretty hard to switch when you're used to a coffee in the morning, kind of a latte after that, maybe a glass of water with lunch, and then juice later on. It makes it pretty difficult. So swap out your liquids and see where that takes you. My next step to focus on is snacks. So store-bought snacks suck. No matter what they say on the box, they're going to normally have quite a bit of added sugars. So learning to make your own balls, bars, and muffins makes a huge, huge difference. So little things do add up. Yes, you're probably still going to put some form of sugar in them, like honey or maple syrup is what I use most often, and those are sugars, but you're able to control the amount that you put in, making them a little less potent than you would in something store-bought. So even something as simple as getting plain yogurt instead of sweet yogurt and adding your own fruit and honey can make a really big difference. So making those swaps is where it's going to help you the most. Now that said, it means that you have to pay attention and that you actually have to do a little bit of food prep. So that's a hard habit change, but it's one that makes a really big difference because that leads us into healthy treats. So again, we know that brownies and cookies and all of that are not good, healthy, sugar-free choices, but I do understand that you're not going to never eat a cookie again. So my rule with this is I make probably 90% of our desserts, whether that's ice cream or brownies or cookies, and that way I'm able to either make them with all natural sugars like bananas and apples or bananas, dates, and applesauce, or I use honey or maple syrup, and again, I can control how much sugar is in that. So learning to make healthier versions of your favorite desserts can go a long way. I'm not going to say that you're never going to eat another piece of someone's birthday cake or restaurant cookies or all that ever again. I'm saying that those things need to be reduced if you're serious about reducing your sugar intake. And the last point would be sauces and dressings. So this is one of those little things that adds up immensely. Things like salad dressings or stir-fry sauces have a lot of sugar for what they are. So I know most stir-fry sauces have about 25 grams of sugar per 2 tablespoons. It's insane. When really you can just make your own. Now again, that's one of those things that's a little bit intimidating for a lot of people who haven't ever made their dressings, and to be honest, I'm really lazy. So I pretty much stick with 3. I have a lemon tahini dressing that I like and make a jar once a month, throw it in the fridge until it's done. And then most of the time I really just use olive oil, or not olive oil, I normally use avocado oil and balsamic vinegar with either some maple syrup, or I make a sesame dressing out of it with sesame oil and soy sauce. So really simple. Like I said, I'm pretty lazy with that, but eliminating added sugars from sauces can make a really big difference to your overall intake. So you're never going to eliminate sugars fully, but it doesn't mean that you can't reduce them greatly. The thing is, though, you have to change your habits and you have to pay attention. No one wants to hear that, and I know, but it's really the only way. Keep in mind too that reducing your sugar intake is hard. Sugar is very addictive and you will get withdrawal symptoms. So for the first 6 weeks is probably, I'd say, the worst, where you're gonna get headaches, you're gonna be thirsty, you'll feel a little dehydrated, and you're crabby, to be perfectly honest. And that's just with reducing it, that's not even eliminating it fully. So expect that. It's an addictive substance. Counter it with more real food. Make sure you're drinking your water to eliminate the headaches, and it does get better. Good luck. Take it one day at a time. So pick one thing, whether it's your fluid levels or snacks or sauces, pick one area and try and focus for the next few weeks on just that area before tackling another one. Doing too much too soon doesn't normally work out well. And sugar is a big one. So if you're serious about reducing your intake, make it last. So find things that you can live with, find things that you enjoy, but make the habit change. So on that note, if you have any questions, let me know. I do have a full blog post on this, which I'm going to drop as a link below. But feel free to hit me up with any questions you have, or if I can give any guidance on tips and tricks as to how to do it, I'd be happy to provide those. So good luck.